Hi, and welcome everyone tuning in today. I'm Billy Mitchell, editor-in-chief of FedScoop, and today I'm joined by Travis Ruebelmann, a principal solutions engineer with Cloudera. Travis, thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me here today, Billy.
Absolutely. So I'm excited to talk in conjunction with Cloudera's Data Cloud Summit about 2021 and all the kind of trending topics that are kicking off this year. And I'd like to start right there. We're kicking off 2021. It's January, and I'd love to hear a little bit about the biggest priorities in the government space around the topic of data management.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a wonderful question. You kind of break it down a little bit as we go through. But as far as I see, and that been working with my clients, is that there's really three top priorities that they're facing with right now around data management. The first one is really about continued infrastructure and data management platform transformation, just in general. And the second one is around rapid adoption of and really the realization of machine learning and artificial intelligence in the enterprise. And then the third kind of priority that we're seeing is really the application of effective data management strategies. And we can break this down a little bit further and go a little bit deeper into each one of those categories, and then we can move into the next question. But really, is the why. From an infrastructure and data management platform, like that transformation perspective, really to accommodate the explosion of data sources and the types and the volume and the velocity that really our agencies are seeing in the enterprise today, they have to turn to new and transformational technologies and really strategies to accommodate and make use of that data, including in self-service kind of capabilities. And we all understand and have greatly heard that cloud continues to really be hugely important for those efforts. The benefit that cloud provides really around on-demand functionality, elasticity, those capabilities are simply awesome to the enterprise and really to the mission. But one thing I do want to highlight on that topic really is around, with respect to cloud formation, is really around that its adoption of both private and public cloud models. It's not solely reliant upon public cloud. Really, in that, what the benefit of that is that it ultimately provides selection of infrastructure where the workload is most suitable. And so the other piece of that too, I'll add, is that cloud modernization and cloud strategy has to be part of a broader data strategy. They can't be decoupled from one another, and it's really more broadly encompassed. When we jump into that second kind of priority that we're seeing around productionalization and integration of machine learning and artificial intelligence, it's really seen as a force enabler for agencies. When I think about it, it aids in the automation of really the processes and the analysis, basically accelerating decision making, but also scaling of the workforce. So it's going to greatly aid our agencies moving into the new year. And really here at Cloudera, I would say we're truly well positioned to help our clients with that regard with our new platform called the Cloudera Data Platform. And it really helps our agencies and our clients gain competitive advantage by harnessing the power of all their data. And doing so through multifunction analytical capabilities that our platform provides. And really being secured from the edge to AI through the entire data lifecycle, as we call it. And that's generally encompassed in a larger and a broader data strategy that includes hybrid and multi-cloud infrastructure support. So that same platform can be deployed across those infrastructures. And that's important. It's an important aspect versus our clients having to stitch together point solutions in order to provide a like architecture that potentially could be costly or complicated and frankly unsecure.
All right, well, that's a great start. Thanks for giving us the rundown there. I'd love to talk about another topic that is on everyone's mind, not necessarily technology related, but it does have some ramifications, and that's COVID-19. And I'd love to kind of tie that to the data management and data sharing topics. And, how has COVID-19 further emphasized the need for strong data management and data sharing practices?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, as we're all aware, COVID-19 has had a significant impact on the nation and in the world for that matter. And with the prevalence of really a lot of the workers working remote and accessing and interacting with public sector data, frankly, through diverse endpoints, networks, and also with their workloads increasing, our clients' data management platforms and their strategies have also had the shift, or they will shift. And really that comes down to two kind of critical shifts that come to my mind. First is ensuring that their data management platforms are, and really the data that's hosted on it is resilient, they're elastic to demands, they're easy to consume by clients, and they're enabled with self-service capabilities. The other aspect of that shift comes around ensuring that that data is fundamentally secured and governed. It's a absolutely critical aspect of data management platforms, in that that data and those workloads are being used in a manner consistent with the compliance regulations and the mandates that they must abide by.
Great. You mentioned in in the opening question a bit of an emergence of your clients demanding more AI and ML type applications around their data. So as agencies do look to adopt, things like that, and obviously you mentioned the cloud as well, what should they consider when it comes to, managing and structuring their data?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, just as you said earlier in our conversation, we talked a little about those as part of the priorities that we're seeing, specifically around the infrastructure and data management platform transformation and cloud adoption, more specifically cloud adoption, and rapid adoption of machine learning and artificial intelligence in the enterprise. I'd say one of the most important considerations has to be the application of effective data strategies in the infrastructure to capture, to clean, to secure, and then to enable the use of all that data through those new enabling technologies and capabilities. And that's another place where we at Cloudera believe that, and really are assisting our clients in adopting those data strategies that support fundamental transformation of the way they consume and they leverage all their data for decision making. And really these transformation journeys are more or less multifaceted. They're not just about technology. They also span the transformation of people, their skills, and evolving processes to support those people and the technologies. And I'd say the most important aspect of the data strategies and the journeys that these clients are on, they have to be supported by a platform that's capable of multifunction analytical capabilities, and one that supports public cloud, multi-cloud deployments, as well as on-premise deployments. And moreover, they're capable of spanning the entire data lifecycle and doing it securely from edge collection all the way through productionalization of machine learning and artificial intelligence.
Great. So let's close out. We're talking a lot about increased data sharing, and that's obviously this great concept or this kind of objective of all these things. But obviously, there's some risk to that. So how should agencies and organizations think about the risk inherent in data sharing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the data security is obviously paramount to the public sector data, the enterprise, and more specific to the missions. And security risk, they exist everywhere, and they are truly escalating in this world. I would say that we believe that the data management platforms used within public sector architecture should be secure by design, versus security as an afterthought or a bolt-on approach. And really that hybrid multi-cloud world of the future that we're visioning with CDP, agencies need really the data context. And really, when we talk about data context, that's a single consistent way to manage and maintain data access that's stored within the platform, and the governance policy across all the users, all the analytics, and all the different deployments of that platform. And that's one thing where with our CDP platform that we put to market, and a technology that we call, our set of technology called the Shared Data Experience, or SDX, is where we're integrating a set of security and governance technologies that are built to deliver that consistent security experience across all those pieces I just talked about, including the analytics, the data, and as well as across the public and private cloud functionality. And really, it's an intrinsic part of CDP, providing reduction of security risk and operational costs, because it's delivering a consistent data context security layer across all those deployments.
All right, that's great. Well, Travis, once again, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure catching up with you, and hope to do it again soon.
Excellent. Thank you, Billy.